Hey girl, hey, it's Ananda Sharma and I am back with another video. I'll be here every week with a new video. Today we're going to talk about something that you guys might be experiencing, leveling up and achieving your goals. You might be actually feeling stuck. So you might be feeling like, why is my life just not working out for me? I'm doing all the right things. Everything just feels the same. I don't really see any changes. And let's be honest, if you're doing all the right things, but your life actually still feels the same, it's not because you're lazy, it's not because you're behind, it's definitely not because you're incapable. It's because you're trying to change your life without actually changing your nervous system, your identity, and or your emotional habits. So today I'm going to explain why it really matters to really change some of those key details. Like if you don't change those habits, you're not going to really be consistent and stay consistent with the things that you need to do in order to reach your goals. So let's jump straight into this video and really find out how we can fix that and why that really matters. See, most people probably think that growth in glowing up and leveling up is all motivation, discipline, and hustle. But the thing is, real growth is really uncomfortable. It's boring and sometimes it's lonely. There's days you want to go out with your friends, but you can't because you got to record or you have to do something like go to the gym or do something else, and you might have a lot on your calendar. So it gets lonely sometimes. And sometimes it's boring because you're doing the same thing over and over and it kind of feels like you don't have joy. So it can get boring. And that's why sometimes you get in that routine where you're like, okay, I'll just restart again after I kind of feel inspired because it's boring, and you're waiting for that moment to just say, okay, next week I feel like it, so I'm going to start. I'm going to start again. You're waiting to actually feel more confident. Like if you're recording videos, I don't feel confident, so I'll wait next week. I'll wait another day or another time when I feel more confident. But see, that doesn't happen because it actually is the action that has to come first before the feeling. If you want clarity, that's the same thing. First, action must come before clarity comes. Nobody talks about this, but your brain is actually programmed to protect itself. Your brain is actually designed to protect familiarity, not happiness. So even if you are so stressed out, even if your job stresses you out, that person stresses you out, that place stresses you out, going to the gym stresses you out, whatever it is. And even if you complain all the time and you have 1,000 reasons of why you want to do that change, you already know why, and you just complain about it all the time. So it's really annoying. Even if you truly feel like you want more, your nervous system is always going to prefer what it already knows because it's predictable. It's something you know, something you're used to, and you already know how bad it could be. And you sometimes you don't prefer that, but you rather stick to that than actually make that change. So even if it's, for example, you have a job that you're not that content with, you feel like you want to make that change. You want to leave. You want to get a better job that more aligns with you. You're more likely to stay there and complain than actually leave because your nervous system is protecting itself. Your brain is protecting itself. And that's why leveling up actually feels unsafe at first. New habits feel wrong. This actually feels boring. Consistency feels uncomfortable. It's not because you're failing, but it's because you're evolving. This is actually where emotional maturity comes in. When you're emotionally mature, you don't actually wait to feel inspired. You take action. You don't wait for the moment that you feel the most confident to start. And you definitely do not wait to feel aligned with it in order to start. When you are emotionally mature, you actually just do it. You keep doing it, even if it's uncertain, even if it's uncomfortable. You just choose consistency over those emotional highs. And actually, that's where the real glow up starts. It's when you really become emotionally mature. So if we dive into soft hustle doesn't actually mean that you just lay around all day and say, I'm going to do it next week, and that you don't do anything. You don't just have your popcorn, throw on the TV and say, I am taking care of myself and I'm putting me first. So I am going just to relax. No, that's not actually soft hustle. Soft hustle means you do not force your life from panic, not making decisions because you're so scared, not making decisions from fear. And you're not going to burn yourself out just to prove a point, just to prove that, hey, I'm still going, I'm still doing this, and you are falling apart. Soft hustle is like a regulated ambition that you have. It's being honest with yourself and saying, I want more, but I'm not going to abandon myself by getting it. So you don't pressure yourself, you just need safety. So that means you don't actually just dive in and go to the gym 7 days a week and knock it out and burn out trying to hustle. You actually take your time. You be realistic with your goals. If your goals is to go to the gym and you were trying to go 7 days a week to try to lose all the weight in 3 months or 2 months, 1 month, you be realistic with your goals and you slow down, but you don't completely slow down. So you need to go slowly. You want to be consistent. Consistent is more important than actually going hard every day. So if you're doing a 30-minute walk, you start doing a 20-minute or a 10-minute walk, but you still be consistent. Let me reframe that. If something feels boring, quiet, or slow, it actually means that it's sustainable. You're not trying to burn yourself out trying to reach your goal, but you're just trying to be consistent. You're trying to take those steps that you take every day to become the better version of yourself. It's normal that it feels boring and it feels slow and you feel like maybe it's not moving. Peace feels unfamiliar when you're so used to chaos. And stability feels strange when survival was your identity. Instead of saying, oh, why isn't this so exciting? Like, I'm not excited, because you kind of go through your phases. You start and you're really happy because you get all your workout gears if it's working out, or you got everything together to make it look aesthetically pleasing, or something that you did to make yourself excited. But it does actually settle in where it's just something you're doing and it becomes boring. So when that happens, instead of saying, oh, why is this not exciting anymore? Ask yourself, is this building the life that I no longer need to escape from? Here's the truth that most people avoid. Your next level doesn't actually need a new personality. It just requires new standards. That's going to be new standards for what you tolerate, how you spend your time. So if you have to tell that person that you cannot or you can't go somewhere, you have to do it, because this is all going to make or break you reaching your goals and becoming that better version of yourself. And you're going to have to stop explaining yourself. You don't need to let people know why you're doing it and get any kind of validation from them. You need to know why you're doing what you're doing and stick to it. You don't rise by force, but you rise by alignment. If you're in a season where everything feels quiet, don't rush it. Don't sabotage it. Don't romanticize your old chaos. Your old chaos is not what you're chasing or trying to go back to. You might just be in a season where your nervous system is catching up to your vision. If this video resonated with you, probably because you're not stuck, and that's actually a powerful place to be on your journey. Comment below regulated if you're choosing calm growth over forced hustle, and subscribe if you're building the life that actually feels good to live it. Okay, guys, this is Ananda Sharma again, and I will be back next week with a new video. Every week we'll have a new video. Bye, guys.